Welcome back, viewers. I'm about to do the weigh-in, and we'll have some playtime. I'll put that out for now. Yeah, you got litter on your nose. Yuck. Well, this light window kind of makes my hair glow, doesn't it? Hello, Alice. I've been watching Trillian and her tail. When she gets excited, that little tail just goes all over the place. It's very expressive. Yeah, I know it's gray. Yeah, turn the brightness down a little bit. What you do? You change the settings. You just put a paw up there, boom, change the input method. From keyboard to mouse tracking mode. Trillian, quit. You don't, when you're peeing, you don't have to taste the litter. She's peeing in the box. Ooh, she's got a very serious face going. Hmm. There we go. I don't change the settings ever, so when they get changed, I have to figure out how to undo things. Okay, let's see here. The kittens are now 7 weeks and 3 days old. 52 days. Okay, Arthur now weighs 34. Well, let's make sure. I gotta zero it out. Okay, yeah, hop on there. Let's make sure you get all paws on the scale, please. This is not helping. Hey, 34.2. It looks like no, 34.5. 30. Get your tail up there. 34.4. Oh, your tail's off. Stand up. 34.5, 34.4. Let's average it out. 34.4. So that's a 2.3 ounce gain. That's really big. He now weighs 975 grams. Okay, Trillian, your turn. Good girl. 27.9 ounces. That's only a 0.2 ounce gain, girl. But she like gains and then not gains, gains and not gains. So that's on par for her. She now weighs 791 grams. Emily, where are you? Okay, let's do Gail then. $37 ounces even. There you are. That's a big gain. Get back up there. Let me try it. Check that again. Let's verify. 36.5. Somebody must have had their paw on it. Please replace that. That's a 2.2 ounce gain. Now weighs 1,035 grams. Okay, you're at 37 ounces even. Make sure all paws are on there. So Gail almost caught up to her. That's a two, well, not yet. Emily gained more. Emily gained 2.3 ounces. Now weighs 1,049 grams. Get on your little fluff nutter. Okay, let's try one of the iPad games. It's the Catfishing 2 app by Friskies. Arthur, you bonked yourself. Arthur has these long white hairs mixed in with his short black and whites. Gail has the same thing, but she's all black. Is it scary? Not your brother. Trying to fishies. Well, you got all poofed up for your brother. You guys just don't like the fishies, huh? She's all puffed. Okay, let's try the first catfishing game. Or cat games for cats. Actually, let's try this game called Cat Toy. It's an iPhone app, but you want to play it on the iPad because you got the bigger screen. It's called Skitter. There's a spider crawling around on the screen. Come here, Trillian. Come here. Good girl. Whoop. Stop. Look. She doesn't even see the spider yet. She just sees this white box. Now she sees it. And now she doesn't. Okay, let me try the fluttering butterfly. It's called Flutter. Whoops. I took the feather stick out because I found chunks of feathers in here. So, just as a precaution, monitored use only. If you come out here, I can pet you. So what do you think, Emily? You guys' tails are getting long. Even Emily's is getting a tiny bit longer. Not Emily's, Trillian's. That little tail just wiggles everywhere. So you're just gonna lounge and watch the butterfly? How about a squeaky mouse? And scratching. I've had Fosters in the past that once I put the spider one on, they went absolutely bonkers, jumping all over the place. There, spider. Well, since they lost interest, I guess I could do some Q&A. Freezing Moon says, is it just me or does it look like John's losing weight? I'm sucking it in. Ugh. Though Here's a little trick that works really well with kids, younger kids. This, I can inflate my stomach through my, on the thumb. So, but to let it back out, you got to pull on the earlobe. Young kids, 4 or 5 years old, I love that. Two of Alice's kittens got adopted. The other two, or the other one, and believed to be Trillian's father, is still available. Actually, that's the other way around. The two girls are still available. How much? Matt asked, "How much do kitten tails weigh?" I'm trying to think of a witty response, but it's failing me. Katie or Cinnamon asked, "Do any of my cats like to play in water?" Fortunately, no. Any ideas? Or Gail asked, "Any ideas for a theme for next litter?" Currently, I got a few. I'm batting back and forth in my head, but that's all I'm going to tell you. Hold up, Mom's in the box. I need to see if she's gonna poop. If she's gonna poop, I'm gonna see. Don't, Trillian, do not ban anybody. Nope, she's just peeing. I want to see what her. One of the joys of fostering is making sure everybody's pooping properly. Kittens are. I don't think Mama's solid yet. Not sure why. I'll try to run a fecal up tomorrow. How about a non-sci-fi related theme? Possible. I'm not going to say confirm or deny any potentials. But do know that I do like sci-fi. Hey, freezing moon, that's a good idea. I did not think of that. There has not been a Doctor Who litter. At least I have not done a Doctor Who. Now, if I did a Star Trek litter, one of them could not be Wesley because nobody would like him until after he was adopted. The AI fostered had a Holly. And Holly was a boy. The actor who played Wesley, name escapes me. He's pretty good now. People like him now. Bren asked me if I filled out adoption paperwork for Dot yet. No, I have not. Dot is another foster kitten with a Sarah's Kitten Cuddle Room. She's uber cute. Will Wheaton, there we go. Doctor Who is big in the U.S., although I wish they would broadcast HD over here. Has Alice been on the windowsill? Not that I've seen. I own Battlestar Galactica, the original season, the 1980 version, um, the remake. That was about 5 or 6 years ago. I owned it on Blu-ray. I owned it on DVD, and then when they came out the Blu-ray version, I bought that. One thing I do like about the 1980 Battlestar Galactica 1980, where they reach Earth, at the end of every episode, they had a little disclaimer saying that there have been no UFOs discovered ever. Kind of makes you wonder, though. Squee asks, why is it still light out when she's in California? You're actually farther east than I am, even though we think California is straight south. Plus, I'm at a higher altitude, so for my days are longer. The sun during the in the middle of, during the solstice in the middle on June 21st or 22nd, in LA and Seattle, they pretty much set the same time. But the sun rises here a lot earlier because only during the equinoxes is where the daylight, the terminator line, is straight north and south. It bends during the seasons. The farther north you get, the more daylight you get. Sorry, Ghana. Too much talking. Yeah, sun sets here after 9 o'clock p.m. I believe today is 9:06 p.m. and it rises sometime after 5 a.m. Alice almost walked in my lap once. That's from Cook Colleen. Colleen asked if Alice walked in my lap on her own. She started to, and then she got distracted by a kitten and then stepped off. Emily asked, will the kittens be adopted as single kittens or as pairs? There is an option for adopting one or two. There tends to be given preference for pairs, with exceptions of kittens that tend to have personality where they get along better on their own. Like if you watch Ripley's kittens. Newt was a solo kitty. I would say these guys here, they play well together. I think Trillian would be more happier. Of all of them, she'd be more likely to be happier on her own. But she'd be fine with another one too, or another cat in the house. Yes, that's the mouse. The mouse said there. We get awesome. I love the summers here. I love having all the sunlight in the evening. I love driving around at 10 p.m. or riding my motorcycle and it's still daylight out. I can still see. There's still, well, it's not daylight. It's still light. Sucks in the wintertime. 4:30, pitch black out. But you gotta pay for it somehow. If you miss any of the visits, just scroll down below the video in the info post. At the last link in there is a link to Brooke Ivy's YouTube, or the YouTube channel Brooke Ivy, in which Faith, or Aisha, which is not how you pronounce the name, Aisha, I think is closer. She records them for other viewers to watch. So if you like them, be sure to comment and like on our videos. Now, as far as paying attention to the kittens, how I personally pay attention to them, the kittens that need more attention, I give more attention to. So if there's a kitten that's not getting as much attention, that's purely up to the kitten. They don't want the attention. Emily is one of those kittens. Okay, I did pronounce it right the second time. No, she doesn't get any compensation and all that besides likes on her videos and thanks from us. I know that I appreciate it. We go. Martha asked, which kitten is my favorite? For the longest time, I would not admit to it. You know, from over many fosters. If somebody would ask me who my favorite was, I would be off the camera and then I would point and say, that one. Of course, you couldn't see me pointing. Or I would hold all the kittens in front of the camera and say, here's my favorite. But actually, the truth of the matter is, hold on, I gotta slow down a little bit. The truth of the matter is that I do have a favorite, but the favorite changes. You know, one day some Arthur could do something that's super cute and adorable, and he becomes my favorite. Then the next day, Trillian will wiggle her tail, and I'm going favorite. And Gail could do something cute, and 2 seconds later, Trillian wiggles her tail. Sorry, Gail. A couple of days ago, Gail was laying on her side, and I put my finger up near her, and she just went like this. You know, like she was about to swap, but she just held her paw like that. So I high-fived her. Diet Drop asked, can you give tips on how to keep cats cool in a heat wave? And can you give them prawns and ice cubes? I don't know about the prawns. Um, I haven't really thought much about keeping cats cool just because we don't really have, it doesn't really get above 80 that often here. But you could put down, you could do like a swamp cooler where you basically drape a wet sheet in front of your windows so that when the air blows through the windows, it hits the sheet and cools the air. I also saw something I'm gonna try. If I need to do an air conditioner in here, I'm gonna try this. Basically, you get like a bucket, fairly large bucket that you can fit a gallon milk jug in there, and you would cut basically 3 holes around the top, put like PCV pipes in there for like an exit. Cut a hole in the top lid to fit a small fan. You set the fan blades down so it's blowing into it. Put a frozen or a milk jug with full of frozen water in there, and the air would flow around the jug, cool the air, and then it blows out of those vents. Something I saw I'm gonna try. I do have an air conditioner that I bought that I put in here, but it pretty much just the kittens were freaked out whenever it was on. It was pretty noisy, and it still seemed to cool off faster outside than inside. Matt asked, have I ever had a cat eat something as bad as Boris did, and how did that turn out? First, Boris is a previous foster that chewed off a transparent plastic bra strap and swallowed it, and got 2 blockages from that, required surgery. No, I haven't had any cat do anything like that. knock on wood. Yeah, Boris's surgery cost well over $3,000, and it was completely covered by fans of Boris. So that amazes me how this community that I created comes together like this to help people out. I'm awed every time. Hey, got your belly. I got your belly. Ooh, got your belly. Got your back. Got your back. Here's a tip for giving a cat a massage. It's really easy to do, preferably two hands, but this other hand's occupied. Just from the top of their head, slowly down their back and to their tail. Just alternate with both hands, pushing down slowly. And that is how you give a cat a massage. Try to have, when you use both hands, try to have contact with one hand at all times. Just like giving a person massage. You never want to break contact. Yeah, Swedish fish massage. Tam asked, what can you feed a too skinny cat who doesn't like wet food anymore? Try Gail's ear. Rocaine and baby cat. It's high calorie and small kibble. Another thing you could try is the last thing I want to recommend, but a lot of people, including Sarah with her cat, just get the grocery store Purina or there's a grocery store brand cat food that normally everybody, I can't buy. I go there and I can't buy it. But if you have a really sick cat that won't eat anything, it could actually stimulate their appetite. It's like junk food. And Fortiflora and the food can also help. Fortiflora is a beef flavor, and it's a probiotic. It puts good bacteria into the intestinal tract. Are you trying to untie my shoe? Yeah. Freezing Moon asked if I learned how to code using punch cards. I've been programming computers since 1984 when I was in No, before that, like I started programming like in 82, 83 on an Atari 800 computer. Never used punch cards though. I was in 7th grade. I had an Atari 800 XL during high school, and I programmed the heck out of that thing. I pretty much broke it from use. Gail's in the box, going pee. She's got litter on her nose again. Have I ever tried cat yodeling? No. I have a lot of. I'm an emulator collector now. I have emulators for all the old computer systems: Atari, the Commodore 64, the VIC 20, the Atom. Teddrop says there is conflicting advice on the internet regarding chicken bones. Can you give them cooked or uncooked chicken bones to cats as a treat, or it's best not to use them at all? Never, ever, ever give a cat chicken bone. It doesn't matter if it's been cooked, uncooked, whatever. The thing is, with chicken bones, when they dry out, they splinter, and it will require surgery. Martha asked if I've ever done yoga. I wrote the word down once. That's about it. Emily asked if I'm familiar with the Engineer's Guide to Cats. Yep, I am, and there's 2 of them. I have a Commodore Pet emulator too. I have I forget, but it's a dozen or more PC, or not really, not PC, but they're computer emulators. Chicken itself is fine, just you don't want to risk the bones. Surgery is thousands of dollars. You don't want to risk that. Kate says, comments, but you can sit cross-legged. Probably why the yoga question. I don't quite get that. I've been sitting cross-legged since I was a kid. You don't like that person? You're trying to ban them? Let's not do that. Ah, bonk your head. I caught a picture of Gail yesterday where she was making a funny face. It's kind of like a disgusted WTF face. I'll share that later. Come here, you. Okay, I'm gonna step out now. Post some pictures on the Critter Room on Facebook. Yeah. Oh yeah, lined up the kittens. Ready? Go. She's broken. There we go. Trillian's fur colors are getting darker, especially on her ears, nose, and tail. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. My shoe is untied. That one's still good. Oh, litter box. And take care of that too. Nope, that's the old one. Alrighty then. Enjoy the kittens. Have a nice day.